Good morning, good morning. I'm your host, Hassan Aline.
Co-host Carl Williams.
And it's another Tuesday in apartheid, Michigan.
Apartheid,
Apartheid,
Michigan.
Michigan.
Apartheid,
Apartheid,
Detroit.
Detroit. Everywhere you look, folks is getting shot down, beat up, and everything, isn't it?
Yeah, man, it's something.
Ta- Taking over the school system. Make you think of that Temptation song, A Ball of Confusion.
Fusion.
Everywhere you look, everywhere you go. Well, what do you say happened over the weekend? Anything?
Oh, nothing too much. Nothing too much.
Nothing too much.
Quiet.
Well, they had a big rally. A big rally. Young man was killed out there at one of those gas stations again. The same thing over and over again at a gas station. They say he was just asking for his change back, and the folks got mad at him and killed him. Come out from behind the counter. It is ridiculous, but it's going to keep happening over and over until we come up with a plan to fight him back. And so it was a rally to a demonstration rally to
Bring him to justice.
bring him to justice, to bring some awareness to the people in the city and to boycott the gas station on 6 Mile in Southfield. Another thing, though, we need to actually think about where we shop at, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
If
a
they're
fact.
mistreating us, why are we going in these gas stations? Why are we going in the stores? That's not the only gas station that you can go into. It might be the only one selling loose cigarettes around your neighborhood, but you don't have to go in there. So that's one thing that we could do at that gas station. Report them to the ATF. That's the
No.
Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. That's
Wow.
the federal agency. Their jurisdiction is those cigarettes. People that sell loose cigarettes, put the feds on them. Call the ATF, Alcohol, Firearms, and
Numbing
Tobacco.
tobacco.
Yeah, I know. You've been calling the Detroit police and you've been calling the Wayne County Sheriff, but those are not the people
Mm-mm.
that are actually charged with that. That's a federal crime to sell loose cigarettes.
That's right.
Yeah, they'll deport them. You know, Donald Trump is in a hurry to deport immigrants. So we're not even using what we have. And what you say, Kyle, we don't understand the system?
Don't. Nope.
We don't understand the system. So that young man's memorial service, Derek L. Robinson, is going to be Saturday, May the 26th, 1 p.m. at Fellowship Baptist Church out on 7707 West Outer Drive. And that's right off of the Southfield Freeway.
How old you say he was? About 26? How old
This
did they
Saturday.
say?
This Saturday,
I
maybe.
mean, how old was he?
You know, I don't know. It's a young man. I don't.
I know he was pretty young from
Yeah.
what they were saying.
Oh yeah. You know, I don't know. Was it the late 25, early 30s?
Yeah, that's what I thought, around about 25 or 26. But anyway, however old he was, I mean, you gonna shoot somebody because they ask you a question? I mean, that don't make no sense.
And my condolences goes out to the Derek Robinson family, Carnell, his father, and Gail's mother. Our deepest condolences go
Yes.
out. This is definitely a tragic time for anybody
Yes,
to
senseless
lose
too.
a son at a young age like that. It's amazing that we have to put up with this kind of stuff, not only from the police, but also from immigrants, from Arabs. And you know, all of this stuff is being taught against us, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
The foreigners come over here, they're being taught that we are less than. You know, those Negroes been here, the N word. You know what they say about us. And they're so silly. These people are ridiculous. They come over here, they're being taught to look down on black folks. And I guess that's what they're being taught all over the world to look down on them. And, we're the N word. You know what they call us. The word that rhymes with triggers. But guess what? The white folks call them the sand niggas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
Huh? We know that.
I
They
couldn't
call the
believe it.
Mexicans the wetbacks. They got a name for all these immigrants. And they got the nerve to look down on us. But that's because they know we don't know about them. The Irish, the white Irish, the Kennedys, the Fitzgeralds, the what are those people downtown? The Sullivans, those are Irish. And guess what they call? Those are known as the English N word that rhymes with trigger. And that was the Lone Ranger's horse, wasn't
Yeah, yeah.
it? Oh, yeah. That's what they called them in England. When they came over here as immigrants, they had signs in the restaurants for the Irish. They had signs in the bars right here in Detroit, all over America, that says, no Irish allowed. No Irish, no colors, no Jews, and no dogs. How did the dog get in there?
Oh no.
How did the dog get in there?
Thought he was supposed to be man's best friend.
Oh, they wouldn't let him in the bar. So man, oh yeah, all these people come over here, and all of a sudden they better than the black folks. And in their country, they were the lowest of the lowest. They were known as trash. They got a chance to get themselves together over here. They took the Indians' land, killed off all the Indians, got to be slave owners, slave traders. They got to be captains of slave ships that brought them over. See, that was the economy. That's how they got to make money. And so we need to be aware of that. We need to fight back. Everybody talking about, well, we don't want to go in the government. We don't want to vote. That's crazy. That's because you don't understand the power of your vote. But the white folks do. The Republicans do. And that's why they fighting every day to put you off the voting rolls. Yeah, lock us up, put us in jail. All that was by law. They made laws to lock us up. You think you're a real criminal. You're not no criminal. You're not even a real criminal. You do stupid stuff. You run out and steal stuff from people, but you didn't steal a whole race of people and bring them over here and work them for 400 years free, did you? We get locked up for taking a candy bar. For asking for our change, you'll get shot. We don't have to argue with these people. And we're not even looking at the facts, even though they're in front of us, Carl. When you go to those Arab gas stations and places, they don't steal from their owners, they steal from us.
That's right.
Yeah, they beating you out of your money. You go there, none of the stuff is marked. Some of it is marked. You ask them, well, wait. You go in the morning, the candy bar is $2 for $1. You come back that evening, it's $1 for the same candy bar.
Candy bar.
Oh yeah, the same one. Well, why is that? Well, that's the price the owner set, $2 for $1, but this man gets an extra 50 cents. So that's what that's all about.
Because you go in there and buy it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they buy it anyway. Instead of just putting it back and saying, forget it. You can go to the store.
That's right.
You can go to the store. Well, at least they got a price on it. If the price is wrong, they'll take it back. They're not coming out from behind the counter shooting us. It's crazy what's crazy about it? We're dealing with people with a beast mentality that they want to, whatever it is, their problem is they want to take it out on us. They're going to come here and get in line with the white folks, and they try to import them every day. Every day, if you're an immigrant, a Mexican, an Arab, a Chaldean, they locking them up. They putting them out the country. And you know, so what should we do? Should we support them?
They ain't supporting us.
No, what you mean support? They
I,
shooting us.
well, I say they not
Yeah,
supporting
but they
us.
asked us for support. Then they turn around and ask black folks to support them, to come rally with them. Oh, you can come to my church now and worship with us. We need your support. We want to tell you what Martin Luther King said.
We can tell. You gonna tell us what he said? We know what he said.
Oh man.
He didn't say shoot us down like dogs.
Well, you know, this is the hypocrisy in the whole thing. How hypocritical they are, but we're so forgiving
Too
and
forgiving.
and it's okay. Well, we know because we have been there. We know what the immigrants are going through. Really, how do you know what they're going through? You know, they come over here with that make believe. They make believe lie how they work so hard and so diligent. You know, and see, you black folks been over here all the time. Y'all lazy. How come you don't have stores? How come we had the stores? We had the stores.
Yeah.
Well, they bought them because some people didn't want them. They thought if you want to know the truth about it, they thought they would make more money in the drug business or the drug game, as they like to refer to it, as the game. So how did the Arabs or these Chaldeans, how did they get in there? They got loans through the Small Business Association. Small Business Association, yeah, an agency of the federal government that most of us never heard of, the Small Business Association. Now, why aren't you down there trying to get a loan from the Small Business Administration? I don't know. But you don't really want to go into business because you go to all those nonprofit seminars. You go to all those nonprofit, how to get a nonprofit company instead of a real one.
Wanted to make money.
Huh?
Wanted to make money.
Yeah, they don't want to make money. You know, you're able to pay yourself a salary, maybe to put your children on for a couple of days, but you got to go beg somebody. But the Arabs, or the Chaldeans that we like to call Arabs because we don't know anybody better, and those are Christians. Isn't that amazing? You don't know those are Christians, half of them sitting in them stores and in those supermarkets, want to shoot you now, calling you names, uh, uh, disrespecting your women, wild women, young girls.
That's right.
Oh, those are Christians. Chaldeans are Christians. They don't consider themselves Muslims. Those are Christians. They'll tell you that if you pay attention. If you pay attention, they'll tell you they're good Christians. I don't know how good they are. They're good for nothing. That's about it. Anytime you shoot somebody now because you couldn't cheat them out of your money, that's what when they bring their little box of cigarettes, they carton of cigarettes in there, they buy them and they sell it. When you buy loose cigarettes, you're not buying the owner's cigarettes, you buying that employee's cigarettes.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. All you gotta do is think about it. Why you think they get so mad at you? And they think that they want you to believe that they come over here with some money or they worked hard. No, they got a loan and they got it through Michael George. Michael George was their sponsor. That's how these Arabs got all these stores. They got a small business administration loan through Michael George, Melody Farm. When you go in there, you see Melody Farm ice cream, Melody Farm milk. That's Michael George's business. That's how he got to be a multi-millionaire. And he brought the Chaldeans in that needed money, needed a job. Now, if you immigrant, you come over here, you had to have a job. So he told them, you got to put my ice cream in your store, my milk, and nobody else's. They couldn't get anybody else's until they paid off that loan. Come out from under his foot.
Oh, they done made money all kinds of ways.
Oh
They're
yeah.
quick learners, and people forget about when we used to have all them fires from these businesses. Those was
The Chaldeans.
Chaldeans the ones that was
They set
making
their
all that
own
money on them
grocery stores.
insurance.
They set their own grocery stores on fire. Got the insurance money. There was a fire every week, sometimes two
That's
fires
right.
at a grocery store. what was that, Cahalan.
Yeah.
Prosecutor Cahalan eventually stopped that when he locked him up. He brought about 10 or 12 of them, 10 or 12 Chaldean supermarket and party store owners, had the jury trial, had them convicted of arson. That stopped all those fires. Oh, we got short memories, young blood.
Boy.
We have very short memory. So the Chaldeans set the fires, not the brothers. Now you can't get fire insurance on your house. And if you do have a fire, they're going to say you set it on fire. That's how the insurance company works. That's the game they're playing against us. But they help the Chaldeans. You go on 7 Mile, on the east side of 7 Mile, from Woodward to the, well, you can go across I-75, but right in there, they had all kind of fires. That's how they got out of there.
Yeah.
They set them buildings on fire all day and all night, that property. And they were able to move out. That's how they got their loans, through the fire insurance back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Well, it slowed down with Cahalan. But those supermarkets, and you see a supermarket now catch on fire once every blue moon, maybe every 5 or 10 years in the city of Detroit, because they know better. They know they'll get locked up quick on a supermarket fire. Another thing is they selling drugs in the gas stations. How come the police chief, Chief Craig, doesn't know that? How come Chief Craig isn't raiding those gas stations? And they selling drugs. They had them little shootouts over there. People get robbed at the drug gas station.
Yeah.
Now what about that?
And they ain't trying to hide it either.
Oh no.
I mean, they just bold with it.
Well, you think that's the black guy's drug? You think that's that little chump's drug? No. That's the Chaldeans' drug that they get us out there to front for. Now you want to stop all this crazy stuff, shooting our children down, grandchildren down, disrespecting our woman? Stop going in the gas station. I don't hear these preachers. The preachers act like they don't know they're selling drugs, but they were so hot to trot about the prostitutes. How many prostitutes did they have the prostitutes killed? How many people had the prostitutes killed? None of it's any good. Don't get me wrong. Crime is crime, and none of it's any good. But why are you letting the drug dealers slide?
Yeah.
In the Chaldean gas station, more than not just the preacher. What's wrong with the mayor? He got bifocals on now, don't he?
Oh yeah.
He can't see a thing. He got a monocle. He got a glass eye with a monocle on it. He can't see a thing. I'm talking about Livonia Mike. You know who I'm talking about, mayor of the city of Detroit. The carpetbagger. You know, it's crazy. So they selling loose cigarettes called ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. That's who's in charge of that. Federal government. Oh, they'll come out. They ain't got nothing else to do. They'll be glad to call ICE. That's the immigration place. It's down on Mount Elliott. That's the Mount Elliott and Mac, isn't it?
Mac, yeah.
No. It was old Mac. That's further over now. It's Mount Elliott's the old place. It's over around all the way on. It's all further east now. But it's a brand new building before you get to the Chrysler plant, depending on which way you're going. If you're coming from the west side going east, it's near Connors.
Yeah.
It's near Connors. Put it like that. Yes, depending on where you come from, it's on the west side of Connors or in Jefferson.
Yeah.
The immigration place. See, y'all want to play these little games with them and think they're going to stop. You got the guy's name, call immigration. They'll lock that fool up. Not only does he have to go to prison, when he get out of prison, they're going to deport him.
Deport him, yeah.
They'll deport everybody in them gas stations. They done something wrong. They selling drugs. Oh, you don't think that's wrong? Because they sitting behind the glass and the little brother, he walking around there don't give but $1. He might as well have bought his own carton of cigarettes and sell them. Yeah. He get his own dollar. They making some money. They getting something out of it. $10 a day. I'm talking about the people at the gas station now selling them cigarettes. They making more on them drugs. Now where's the gas station at? Them people get mad at me. I get a call now what gas station is. I know it's one down there on
doing it.
well, I know the one on what was that street? What is that? It's over there around. What's that street on the east side that we go down? Houston Whittaker.
Houston
on the
Whittaker.
corner of Houston Whittaker. What's that? Is that not Chalmers, but
Hayes.
Hayes. That Hayes? No, what's the next one over from Hayes?
It's Chalmers.
Oh yeah, Chalmers.
Chalmers.
That's
It's
the one.
Chalmers.
Houston
There
Whittaker
used
and
to be
Hayes.
2 gas stations, and now it's
Yeah.
only one.
Oh yeah, all over. You can go
Supermarket.
to the one down there. I think I don't know if they still selling drugs at that station over on Ferguson and 7 Mile. Oh yeah, y'all don't want me to get to talking because Derek was one of my cousins. I didn't even know he was killed. You know, that was all that stuff was hush hush, and so you know. All you got to do is keep dialing that phone. Somebody happened. Yeah, you know that's another thing. I know people call up say we need a mass demonstration. They had a mass demonstration out there Saturday, and that was good. That the people came out, you know, photo op for the mayor, and I don't know if the mayor was up, but I know the police chief and Brendan Jones, council people were out. So that's a good photo op. Now, what are you gonna do to prevent somebody else from getting killed?
Yeah.
What are we going to do to stop these crazy Arabs? Or no, they're not Chaldeans. These Christian Chaldeans. Since you don't know they Christians, why don't you look at them crosses they got around their neck? They can't wait to hang you for one. Boy, I mean, it's something else. These people are something else, and the reason they get away with it is because we let them.
That's right.
You had your march. Why aren't you dialing ATF? Why don't you go sit across the street in the gas station, or you can sit in the parking lot? They don't care nothing about you sitting in the parking lot, and you'll see the people go in there and come right out with a cigarette. They can't wait to get in their car to light it. They start lighting it. As soon as they come out the stove, they puffing. And you may say, well, what do you mean? How can you tell? Because you don't see them pulling it out of a pack, blind man. Come on. Why, your old school, why don't you ask young blood? Why don't you ask your grandkids? Why don't you ask the next door neighbors, teenagers? Everybody know they selling loose cigarettes all over the city, these Chaldeans and Arabs. And you talking about, well, they don't respect us. You don't respect yourself. You won't call
you
on
allow
them.
them to do it.
You won't call on them. You mean to tell me you gonna let? And then you wonder. It's amazing. They're showing over the weekend. They were showing how this woman had called in down. I don't know where it was at now. Maybe it was South Carolina or somewhere. But it was down whatever park they were at. Oh, some black folks out of the park. She didn't want them out there, so she made a false police report. And I guess somebody was talking, you know, tracking it. Everybody got a cell phone. They just cut it on and was playing it. And then the woman turns around and say, oh, now they're pushing me. Now they're roughing me up. They're pushing me around. They're molesting me. Just standing there, just as lackadaisical on the phone,
just lying.
Telling a lie. Telling a lie. White woman, because they didn't want the blacks there. Man, these people are crazy. They done went insane with the Trump mentality. Even the immigrants that are being locked up by Trump, and you not gonna help them get out of here? Something wrong with it. But I don't understand why that never come up at these meetings.
Never even talked
about it. Why they never talk about it at the rallies? And these are foreigners that the government is locking up. Well, I'd rather see some of them get out of here than being shot up. We got to duck two people now. We got to duck the police and these Chaldean immigrants
Mm-hmm.
in these stores, party stores and gas stations.
Don't make no sense.
Well, something wrong with us. There's something wrong with them. Ain't nothing wrong with them. There's something wrong with us because
Us.
they feel like, well, they whatever they feel like doing, they can do to us. I don't see them doing to anybody else.
Mm-mm. They ain't gonna do to nobody else. They know they. We are the only ones they can do it and think they can get away with it.
Well, I guess they can. They're selling drugs in broad daylight. They selling loose cigarettes in broad daylight. Ain't nobody saying a word.
Mm-mm.
And maybe some of them even acting like the pawn shop, taking stolen goods in broad daylight. You wonder what happened to the pawn shop. You say, man, the pawn shop just moved out.
Hmm.
Yeah, because those party stores, them Arab and Chaldean party stores, undercut them. Where do you think they taking this stuff, these stolen items?
Hmm.
First, if you steal something, you stealing for some money, for whatever reason to go get high, you want some money right now. Where you taking it to? Who got the $10 or $15 to give to you?
No, it ain't nothing but the drug dealers.
Huh?
No, it ain't nothing but the drug dealers.
Yeah, well they doing it for drugs, but they took it to the party store. Ah, you may not know that. Why don't you ask somebody? Why don't you ask, them people on drugs that you know? All right, let's take some calls. Caller, you on the air.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good
Good
morning. How
morning.
are
How
you?
are you?
You guys are absolutely right. What is wrong with the brain? I guess they just too trained. This is crazy. They're using water is weaponized in order to densify and cause genocide. They're using the cops to pull us over and attack our elderly, our children, our community. They're using all kinds of tools against us. They're using our tax dollars. They still in that. If you look up the Capra swindle, the greatest heist in town, where they're taking your tax dollars offshore accounts and investing in the stock market, foreign and domestic. They're stealing your tax dollars, giving it to corporate welfare. And so everything that they're doing, they're using our minds, our bodies, and our money against us. So all I got to say is the trained brain by the oppressor is a dangerous thing. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for making it here. Caller, you on the air.
Yes, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
You know, downtown always was created on the river. And the downtown's got to have your major commerce. You go shop at Tiffany. That's stuff where it's Hudson department stores and all the other stores around the anchor of that made downtown. People from the neighborhood went in and shopped. You have the Civic Center, and you go to the Civic Center and take care of your governmental business. But you got chaos now. So I'm looking at the downtown. I'm seeing no downtown no more. I'm seeing a cooperative white community. I'm seeing them build not hotels but apartment buildings with restaurants. And here why they treat us the way they do. We got people who pretend to be fighters. They gave a picket the other day, and the people in the neighborhoods are not down what we used to know downtown. So I wonder, why do these activists picket at the water company instead of picking on Greenfield and Grand River, where the majority of the population is, but they was downtown knowing those white new people coming in that's not going to join the movement. So why was when we got activists do those type of things, That's what makes everybody disrespect us. The activists in Detroit, 501c3, get paid by corporations to give those fake picketing. They've been doing it for 20 years, disrespecting and having people to disrespect us and say, well, we at least tried. And one guy on Theo's show said, we've been trying to organize the masses. Well, I've been out in the struggle since the 60s. There has never been a meeting in this city about activists say, let's see how we can organize masses of people. What they do, they call for a press conference or they picket a building that the masses of the community don't go down there, and they get paid on the side for doing that, and they pretend that they are fighting. So everybody disrespects us because we have activist groups that was a part of creating downtown, white downtown, like Maureen Taylor was in 1987, was on what they call strategic project. She helped celebrate downtown. Then she asked people to meet her down there in that white community for an hour and then go home and say they did their duty. Well, no, that's why Hassan and Carl, we are disrespected because there has never been a fight. You can't have a fight unless you have masses of people. 50 people is a joke. It's a crime for them to keep doing that with 50 people walking around because all they doing is saying, speaking truth to power, who's doing it to us? Not hurting power like every day, like the civil rights movement did. They marched with the mass of the people. They leaped the whole community and got thousands out. So that's why we are disrespected. The activist movement have really carried out assault on us on the pretense that they are fighters.
All right, thank you.
Okay, now.
Carla, you on the air. Hello.
Morning, fellas. How's it going this morning?
All right,
How
yourself.
you?
Hey, I ain't against anybody. And everybody and their mama who's not black and in America is immigrant or descendant of invader, including the red man. But anyway, politics and marching, like this gentleman was saying, we haven't got results from that. I mean, when I hear him talk, and I heard you talk earlier, what you're talking about, how everybody killing us just down like dogs. They got all the stores. They got. If that's the case, if their intentions is to keep us where we are and to make money off us only, it's all about money. I don't care if we're fighting in the street or if we're voting. Whatever we do, however we do it, we need money. And the only way to do that, you said it yourself earlier in this program, we don't know what we have. Yes, we do. So, I mean, just imagine if we give these people our money. Just think about that. If the Arabs didn't get tomorrow, wasn't a single black person back from an Arab, what do you think would happen? Quit giving them our money. We don't have to go to the streets. We don't have to go to the polls. All we got to do is quit giving them our money. And our best example was the bus boycott. It took us a year, but we shut it down. All because we didn't give them our money. If they're going to shoot us down the street like a dog when we go to the gas station, or when we stop at their house when we're lost, they're going to shoot at us like that. They choke us on the street. I mean, they stand on us in the supermarket until we can't breathe them. Why would we continue to go to them? We don't need them. We didn't need them from the beginning. They needed us. We don't need them now. All we got to do is hold our money. All we got to do is do a union act. If we unionize right now as a people, $7 a month, every black man in the city of Detroit, you understand? We can start our own retirement program. We can start our own insurance company. We have our own Sam Club to go to. We don't need these people. They hate us, and they're going through hell to make damn sure we don't have nothing like you said earlier. This is not happening to other people. It's only directed toward black people, you know. So if we're unwanted and treated like dogs by them, why continue to go to them? Let's just quit spending our money with them and get our own. And thanks for taking my call, brother.
Thanks for making it here. Made a good point. Made a whole lot of good points. Why are we continually to give them our money? Right now with the gas price going up, gas price going to zoom past $3, it looks like.
Yeah, they show pushing it.
It's definitely a good time to boycott that particular brand. You know, they get, some of them are BP, some of them are, what is the other one? Lavago or somebody, Mobil. But we can start going brand by brand. With the gas price going up, you don't go to that gas station, they going out of business. That's a cash and carry business. And they have to sell gas. That's kind of simple, isn't it?
Yeah, very simple.
They got a contract. They don't sell so many gallons of gas. The company gonna shut them down. Mobil Oil ain't gonna play with them. Don't you see these Mobil Oil gas stations just sitting there vacant 6 months and a year? A year? Hey, they don't sell any gas. They in the way. They got to pay for that gas. They don't take checks at the gas station. They have to pay cash. They get a money order or something. They get a cashier's check, a money order. Well, it's going to be a cashier's check, and I'm in the thousands of dollars for that gas. And they have to pay. It's nothing to it. We're the one to go in there and support them every day like, well, we don't know him, or I didn't know what happened. That was the whole reason for the demonstration, so people will know what happened at that particular location so that we can start thinking about it, and then we can start moving on it. And the scene on the activists or the people that want to be leaders that never win a battle, we can ignore them. This is what we're saying. You say, what can we do? You can stop buying those loose cigarettes at the gas station. You can stop buying the drugs that they selling out of those gas stations. I don't care if they got them little black fools running around there, because they're the ones that going to get locked up. They're going to say, I don't even know. They go in the freezer. They go in the coolers, rather, where they got the beer and stuff. They can get their drugs and bring them out there. All you got to do is sit and look. Now, if you can notice that, if I can see that, you don't think, what's wrong with the blind police? But all the police do is harass us driving down the street.
Yeah.
It's a game they're playing. They're protecting the Arabs. And and I guess that's when they start leaning them on them. Put this green light in your gas station. Them the ones, go back and look. I bet them the ones got the most complaints about the drugs. Oh, yeah. How did they stay out the way? They donate to the mayor's campaign. It's about money. And then the mayor said, well, I didn't know that's what they were doing. I didn't know that's what they were doing, because he didn't actually go out and get the money. It was the commander and the captains in those precincts. Oh, yeah. You may say, why you talk about the police like that? What do you mean, why do I talk about them like that? That's a fact.
It's the truth.
You don't know they sign a log book like they work there? They go in the gas station, the party stores. You see them behind the counter. They got a book. They have a book. They have to sign in. Then you want to know why they can't come to your house. Because you're not giving them any money downtown. They give the money go down into the mayor. Wow. Yeah, they've been doing that. They did that during the Dennis Archer days. That's when I found out about it. And it haven't changed. Nope. And if you know some of the police officers, they'll tell you. And if you go, depending on the party store, it's like they doing a shift change. When the police come on the shift, they go on a particular party store and they sign the name of the ones in the area that have donated money. So you got the ones that they leaning on with the green light. You got the ones that's paying the money for the protection. Some gas stations, you see the people out there clowning, And the man said, if you don't leave, I'm calling the police. Police show up in 5 to 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
5 to 10 minutes. How did you know that? All you got to do is buy a newspaper, some coffee, some gas, and sit there and look at them. You want to go across the street and look at them? You want to be on the side? Look at them. You want to get you some binoculars? Look at them. And you'll see a whole lot of stuff going on. And it's like the drug house that never gets shut down. It's been in the block for 20 years. What do you think is going on? It's about the money. And we need to encourage our children, grandchildren, nephews, cousins to stop buying drugs. We need to frown on it like we used to.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. You know, it's a neighbor. It's a neighbor, man. He had it. I mean, I looked at the man like he was half crazy. It's the winter. This is the day of the winter. It's been years ago, over 10 years ago. The man told me, I said, well, Mr. Childs, how you doing? And he got to talking about his son. I guess he said, you know, I can't even let my son in my house. He got on drugs. I say, really? He said, yeah. He said he came over here and telling me about he don't have nowhere to stay. And I told him to go out there in the back. Go out there in the back. Yeah, in the garage, the backyard. He said they're under the porch. Under the porch. Now, I didn't go back there and look now. I wasn't that crazy. I wasn't going back there and look. You say, yeah, I told him he couldn't even get him. I wouldn't even let him stay in the garage. He was going to steal something out of there. That's how bad those drugs are. And then we act like it's not like that. Oh, my son wouldn't do that. My nephew wouldn't do that. How come they not? How come they not? That's the problem. That's one of the problems. We the problem. And it's getting worse because we won't open our mouth. And old school know better. We know what happened when the drugs came into the city of Detroit back after the 67 riot, or during the 67 riot, when they dumped all that marijuana. Weed was everywhere. You thought it was grass. It was so much. That's what they called it back then, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's how much they called it, grass. There was so much of it out there. And the penny caps. Heroin in a capsule. Oh, yeah, heroin in a capsule. They took it and they got the capsules. Now, what do we know about the capsule? What do we know about a capsule? Do you know you can go to a pharmaceutical warehouse and buy empty capsules, then you can fill them with whatever you want to put in them?
They must have knew about it because they was doing it.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. They brought it in to us. Brought it in. The police delivered the drugs. That's where it started, with the police. And then they got the old, but I say old, because then they got a lot of the number men to distribute the weed and the heroin. John R. Mack? Right in there, Erskine.
Yeah.
There was a, still down there unless they moved it, like a police vehicle center or something. But anyway, that's the only place you could get heroin back in the day. It's the only place they got it. You see all these drug addicts hanging around down there, almost like it was a police department there. Now, what they tell you? There no drugs in the neighborhood. They wasn't out on Bewick and Mac then. They wasn't out on Dexter then. They wasn't out there on, Finkel and Puritan with the Young Boys Incorporated in the 67, early 70s. They had to start somewhere, and they were down there by the police. What was it, like an impound yard? It was some kind of, a lot of police cars down there. Every time you come from downtown, you run into it.
On Mac and what? You say it's
no, it was below Mac. It was below Mac.
Okay.
It was around Erskine down there. The project was a few blocks over from there. But that's where, ask somebody. Ask your grandfather. They remember. I had to go down there and look for the street. They still might have one of them buildings down there. You know, they tore down so much
Yeah.
stuff around there. But that's the way it was back then. That's how the drugs got into the city, through the police. And they were out here putting everybody in jail because the law allowed them to do it. Carla, you on there?
Good morning, Brother Carl and Brother Hassan.
Good morning.
Morning.
What's happening, brother?
Hey, you got it. You know, you guys are on it, as you are every Tuesday. You know, Brother Hassan and Brother Carl, you know, like you said, if you open your eyes, you see these. I had a incident over here on 12th and what's that, Portland, Highland, the Chaldean store there. Police in there running the lottery machine at one evening. He got out of his squad car, went behind the counter, put his numbers in, and actually put some of the people's numbers in. And like you say, the city, police department, the feds, all of them know that they're selling loose cigarettes, Hassan. Because you go anywhere here in the inner city, and you can go and ask for loosies, and they'll sell them to you. They don't hesitate. And at one point, I didn't know what a Lucy was. I didn't know what they were talking about. Everybody asking for these Lucy's. It was cigarettes, Brother Hospital. They know. And you know, like I think one of the other individuals was saying about in the downtown area, down there next to Shane Park, they got that boat marina. We go down there and fish. And Hassan, I kid you not, at 9:55, the white officers are lined up to run you out from down there. They drive up in the park in their vehicles and run you off that water at 10 o'clock. Get out of here. Get out from downtown. And as the brothers say, all down in that area, they got new cities that are springing up and number of white folks live down or whatever. But like I said, that's our fault. But it goes back to what our father said, Don Elijah Muhammad. He said he got to turn the devil loose on us in order to run us to do something for ourselves. And that's all what's happening, Brother Hassan and Carl. He had to turn the government, the devils, are loose on us. And that's all that's happening or whatever. We see it. They rob us with the automobile insurance, mortgages, poison water, poison food, clone meat, all down here in the black community or whatever. But we got a church on every corner, and everybody's going to heaven, so they ain't worried about what's going on. You all have a blessed day. Love you guys.
You too. Everybody going to heaven, huh?
So,
Well, we're going to 10:30, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be here. We're going to 10:30. We want to make sure everybody knows that. You know, another thing, they're on television now, jumping up and down about Trump and special prosecutor and the informant. You know, I find it very interesting that Trump is the president, and it's very clear that he don't like black folks, isn't it? He don't like nobody but white folks. Okay, but now,
don't like some of them.
well, we know
He
that
don't
because
like
he fighting with them now, isn't he?
Yeah.
He fighting with them now. But he has a letter. I don't know if that letter was from Gay Edgar Hoover from the FBI or Sullivan. That was his one of his top sisters that they wrote to Martin Luther King Jr. telling Martin Luther King how he ought to commit suicide and what a fake he was as a minister and all that. So he keeps this letter to remind him how the FBI bugged Martin Luther King. Oh, yeah, his phone was tapped. He had a wiretap on his phone. They followed him around everywhere. So the question, it begged the question, well, where was the FBI when he was assassinated? Didn't they know that? They watching him. But are there informants? What are informants in Martin Luther King's organization? You better bet your last dollar they was.
Oh, yeah.
You know they were government informants, FBI informants. Is Donald Trump, is President Trump, is 45 crazy when he's talking about he want to know about the informants that they put in the campaign? Well, I got news for you. You know it's informants there. As a matter of fact, back was that they say back in 2014, there were 3 Russians that were trying to get information, government information. I don't know what the spies be doing. They said it was spies, and they were trying to get information, I guess secret documents or American secrets. And the government indicted 3 of them. 2 of them had diplomatic immunity. They got on a plane and went back to Russia. They was working in a Russian bank. One of them is in jail. I don't know if they convicted him or under. They never talked about if he was sentenced or not. It's 2014. And they got information from a government informant that gave them this information, some bogus information. It wasn't true. They got it from the guy passed it on. He got it from the FBI, and the Russians thought it was real information. The guy's name is Carter Page.
Yeah.
On television every day, Carter Page, the one that was in the Trump camp when he was campaigning. Oh yeah, they inserted Carter Page, Papadopoulos, George Papadopoulos. Both of them pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI when they were sent in there by the FBI. And you may say, how do you know? I just told you, this guy, Carter Page, was the one that gave the Russians this information, and the FBI indicted the 3 Russians. Now, why are we paying any attention to this? Why are we paying any attention? Well, we don't know. Half of us don't believe it, not aware of it, but you better watch it. But here's what I find amazing. Donald Trump don't know, or somebody told him, and they're not telling us the name of Carter Page. I heard it on the Rachel Maddow show. She probably didn't know what she was saying, or they didn't know what they were saying when they dropped that dime on Carter Page. He was an informant, and they were talking about the Russian investigation by the FBI in 2014, how he worked for the FBI. So now they're saying, oh, that's illegal to give the name out. You can't give the name out to an informant. That's illegal, which it is. But why? How did they get it? How did MSNBC Rachel Maddow get the name? How did she know this? And how did she put it out? And ain't nobody talking about prosecuting her or the television station. But what's amazing is that Giuliani and all these people are not aware of it. They say they're looking for him.
Shoot.
But they don't know it's Carter Page. How is that? And it's been all on television and the radio. And now they're coming up with this big smoke screen trying to stop them. Isn't that amazing?
No.
It's real amazing on how it's going, huh?
Nothing but a flow show.
Nothing but a flow show. That's all it is, really. Let's take some calls. We're down on time for the station break. But go ahead, caller. You're on.
Yeah, quickly, I just wanted to say I agree with the callers. And without economic base, we can't sit nowhere. We ain't got no space, no place. And we have many solutions, but we don't have no execution. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for making it here. Thank you for making it here. You know, we do have an economic base. We don't want the economic base. We had 20,000 jobs right here in the city of Detroit. City of Detroit payroll was what? 30,000 employees?
Something like that.
25 to 30,000 employees. And all those jobs went to Livonia Mike people. They went to the suburbanites. The streets are still being paved. City of Detroit worker used to pave the streets. You see them on the paving machines. The city of Detroit had garbage trucks. Look, you know what? Just hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to a top of our break. We'll be right back. We're going to a mandatory Federal Communication break. I'm your host, Hassan Aline.
Co-host Kyle.
And we'll be right back. Go get your coffee. Warm it up. Come back with us. Stay on the line if you're on the line. You're next in line.